Hey guys, today we're talking about hair care for mixed race boys, and this is a page in my book, Curls Untangled. Actually, it's a few pages because although I have 4 daughters who are biracial and curly hair, it's just as important for a boy of a mixed race to have his curls taken care for as well. But not only that, the representation, I'm going to get into that at the end because it's so important, and we need to overcome these stereotypes that our crazy society puts on us. So let's get into it. All right, hair care for boys. I want to make sure that you guys know hair care for boys is super, super important. Do not ignore it. Just because they are a boy, those beautiful curls do not need to be cut off. They can be grown out, they can be curly, they can be beautiful at any length. It's up to you. You are the parent. Talk to your child. How do they want their hair to look? All right, so as far as the wash day routines, those are pretty much the same. I give the step-by-step wash day in this book. You can also check it out on my channel. I have plenty of wash day routines on there. You want to use a regular cleanser that is sulfate-free, unless you're doing a deep clean, which you would use sulfate. But otherwise, use something that is curly-friendly cleanser or a co-wash. You can also use a conditioner. Lately, I haven't even been washing out my children's conditioner because we've been swimming a lot. So I know once we get to the pool, the conditioner will come out. But then after that, again, just a regular routine. Now, if your child's or if your son's hair is curly, you want to do a leave-in product. You want to do a gel maybe to hold that curl pattern. I know boys are a little more rough than what I experience. Actually, my girls are pretty rough, but the hair care for curly kids, we could start the day and their hair looked perfectly in place, but by 10 a.m., 2 hours later, it is all over the place, and maybe you're dealing with frizz, and maybe you're worried about what it is looking like. And I have to say, as a mother of 4 very busy-bodied girls, and we are active, we are riding bikes, we are out in nature all the time, please let your child be a kid. Like, unless it's something huge where the curls have to be perfect, like you're going to a wedding or something, just give yourself grace. They don't have to keep those perfect curls all day, every day. All right, let me get off my rant. Routine is basically the same for boys as it is girls, unless you have chosen to keep your son's hair shorter and not keep the curls out long. In that case, maybe you're opting for a slight shave on the sides. Maybe you want to do things like cornrows, maybe box braids, so that you can change that style up over time. Again, I don't have a son, but I have coached parents that are members of my mixed kids community, where we go over hair care, and they are often wondering how to care for their son's curls. So we've had these conversations, and that's why I felt it so important to put it in this book specifically, that boys, yes, we do take care of their curls the same. The wash day is the same. But what I really want to get into is the stereotypes, the representation, their identity. It is super, super important to foster that connection with your son and his identity. So for that reason, maybe my contact is getting off. Maybe the dad wants to take his son to a barbershop just like he did. Now, that is something that your family needs to decide upon, because maybe somebody wants to keep the curls long and maybe the other parent doesn't. They want to keep it more a shorter style in braids. We also have these pressures of society. Now, screw society. It does not matter what they think of your son's hair being long or short. You do you, boo. Stop worrying about what society thinks. All right, what I really want to get into, and I'm going to read a lot of this just because I don't want to say it incorrectly. I put these words in the book just as so because it's so important for me to get this clearly across to you, that the identity of a biracial or multiracial child, it is super important for them to be able to feel that connection to their ancestors and what really hair care was about, being Black. It's different. For me, I didn't know what that meant, and I have put forth the effort to learn, to learn the history, to talk to people, to talk to Blacks in particularly, and learn this so that I can pass this down to my children, to my daughters. So stereotypes. So navigating the challenges associated with stereotypes surrounding the care of biracial boys' hair can pose a significant hurdle. These stereotypes may emanate from external sources, including outsiders, but also from your well-meaning family members. And what I mean by that is this can cause a lot of rift in the household. It could be between parents, it could be between an in-law, it could be from an aunt of the son. They're going to tell you what they believe you should be doing. Now, I felt this because as a white mother, I'm often looked at that I don't know how to handle my biracial child's curly hair. That is not the case. You are on this video and you are putting in the work to learn it. So screw what they think about how you are handling your child's biracial curly hair. You are putting the work in and you will get there. Give yourself some grace. But I will say, through the members of my community, we have talked about this several times over and over, right? The son goes to the in-laws and they come back with their hair chopped off. Like, these are conversations that we need to have to make sure that this does not happen. But imagine, how are you going to react when it does? Because your son is watching, and it's very important to think these things through when you're raising a child with various backgrounds and different expectations. And things that me as a white woman, I just never had to think these through. So it's important to put forth that effort now. And you're doing that by watching this video. So let's get into, as a primary caregiver, it becomes paramount to imbue young boys with confidence in their hair and their cultural identity. Be proactive. This ensures that they are well prepared for any situation that may arise, preventing any unexpected moments where their confidence might be compromised. And that is exactly what I mean. How are you going to react when this happens? Because do not make it about you. Do not make it about that in-law. This is about your son, the boy who came home with his hair chopped off, and now you got to deal with how to make sure his confidence is not crushed by this situation. The goal is to foster resilience and self-assurance, enabling biracial boys to embrace their unique hair care needs with pride and confidence. Super, super important. I took forever to write this out because how I worded it, again, meant everything, and making sure. So I hope that got through clearly to you guys on the other side. Now, representation, super important as well. And actually, as far as representation goes, I made coloring pages, right, for my daughters and for little boys, because there's so many things out in the world that don't have mixed race children where they see themselves, right? It's usually the white Barbie, or now it's the black Barbie, but maybe not something in between. Or the characters on TV, maybe they're white, maybe they're Asian, maybe they're black, but finding that sweet spot, that multiracial child that looks specifically like your child, it's hard to find. So you can message me. I do have coloring pages that your child can color where they actually see themselves. I've got a whole book for boys and a whole book for girls. I will give that to you free. Just send me a message. I will send that to you. All right, so let's get into representation. The concept of representation is a powerful force in shaping a child's identity and self-perception. In the context of caring for mixed boys' hair, representation becomes an essential aspect of their journey towards understanding and embracing their unique heritage. By leaning on the men in your son's life, such as fathers, uncles, friends, cousins, there's an opportunity to provide real-life examples of diverse and positive role models who share similar hair textures and cultural backgrounds. Surrounding little boys with diverse array of friends, literature characters, and shows that reflect mixed heritage creates that sense of belonging that I was talking about. And this is normalized by them being able to see their curly hair or their cornrows or their braids in other characters throughout their life. When a child sees individuals that look like them in various aspects, they're more likely to develop a positive self-image and confidence in their own unique identity. Books and media featuring characters with diverse backgrounds can play a pivotal role in this representation by exposing biracial boys to stories and images that resonate their own experiences. I say that because there are specific books out there for mixed kids that allow them to see when these situations happen that it is different for them other than if you were just one race. They are different situations that you need to be prepared to navigate. This exposure not only offers practical insights into caring for their specific hair type, but also reinforces the idea that their uniqueness is celebrated rather than an exception. You want to celebrate their uniqueness. It goes beyond hair care. We know this. It encompasses a broader narrative of acceptance, appreciation, and understanding of one's identity. It sets the foundation for biracial or multiracial boys to grow up with a strong sense of self-worth, knowing that their appearance and heritage are valued and respected. Ultimately, the goal is to create an environment where these boys can confidently embrace their individuality, including the texture of their hair, as a beautiful and integral part of who they are. Again, so important. So if you are navigating that and you're having a difficult time with one parent versus the other, like, reach out, talk to other people that might be experiencing the same. I know for me, although it was like hard to start those conversations, it became easier and easier to do that. I do have a Facebook group and you guys are welcome to post in there, and a lot of people chime in. It's really helpful. I'll leave a link in the description below. But I hope this was helpful. This is Curls Entangled. That's a page in this book, and I am going through this book page by page. Everything about hair care and being mixed race is going to be put in a video here on this channel. I hope you find it useful. Make sure you subscribe, give me a thumbs up if this video was helpful for you. Share it with a friend that might be also experiencing the same thing with their son. All right, love you all. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.